Yes, guys, welcome to the Sunday session, the gold analysis for the 9th of September 2024, given to you by Cruise Effects. Um, so straight away, looking at gold on the weekly, this is a weekly time frame. We're still trading in above this range that we created. We created this range, um, and we had this candle from a few weeks ago, breaking out the range. No top wick, followed by three very weak candles. We've got a bullish and then a bearish and another bearish. And with these weak bearish candles, it does make it hard to identify which direction we're going to go. So again, we have to adapt to the markets from what we are given on the lower time frames. Um, with this bearish candle, we just tapped into that previous high. We did break the previous lows, maybe forming a rejection area at around 2472891, around that area. You can see these two rejection wicks here. We may be forming a rejection area there. So we may see something like this if I just grab up my candles. Um, we may see, let's go for that red for bullish. Um, price grabbing liquidity first, grabbing this wick fill. I would like to see that. This is what I would favor. Um, seeing because we've got these 2 week bearish candles now printed, and we failed to really close below this sort of area here, and we finish with a weak bearish candle, meaning it could potentially mean that we are slowing down in bearish volume. So this is what I prefer to see throughout the week, is a nice wick down, grabbing liquidity, and then to carry on driving up and break down previous highs. This is what I prefer to see with this nice wick. That is my favorable position. Just due to the fact that we have broken out of this most recent zone, as we just spoke about. And then it would make sense for the pullback, which we have had, grabbing liquidity, and then this current wick grabbing the liquidity wick, and then to break the previous highs. It makes sense. Why does it make sense? Because if we go over to the monthly, that would be the monthly grabbing liquidity and breaking a previous monthly high, and then reaching all-time new highs as well. So it makes sense for that to happen. However, you do always have to think, what if the other side? What if you have to think on the opposite end of the spectrum? So that's my favorable outcome, but again, the what if, because this monthly, looking at the monthly, we had the big breakout. We've been so bullish for so long without really any proper pullback. If you look at the July monthly candle, strong bullish candle, and then looking at the August monthly candle, we do have a bit of a smaller body monthly candle, still a good amount of volume in there, but it is smaller body, so it's not impossible for the monthly to kind of have this wick up, break the previous wick, grabbing a lot of pips, especially for scalpers as well. Like for myself, like hundreds of pips there'll be above that monthly candle. But then for like people like swing traders, this is where they could get caught out, breaking that previous wick and then having that pullback. So that's something you've got to think, what if we were to have a pullback? Because obviously looking at the monthly on a wider range long scale time frame, we had this area of consolidation. We have had the breakout, and after you have a breakout, yes, we'll carry on going bullish, like we have had. This candle closed outside, carried on going bullish, but we do expect there's going to be some sort of pullback at some point, so it's not impossible for this month to do that. But gold being so bullish at the moment, wouldn't surprise me if it did carry on going bullish. So that's just something we have to look out for. Now, looking at the daily, it's quite clear that the daily we're consolidating within these ranges. We've got the resistance that we're still respecting 25489. And we've got our most recent support that we are still respecting from that previous day. We respected the resistance and the support 2484811. So still in this range. Again, if we to determine where the week is going to go, it would be this would be key on the daily time frame. Because if we get the closure on this next daily candle, if we get the closure above 2525489, that's going to give an indication that the market is going to go something like this, going to go bullish. Whereas if we get the closure below this most recent resistance, we have got these clean candles to the left-hand side, all the way down to 2444930, and then below that recent support, we've got clean candles down towards 2382. So that could give an indication if we get a closure below this area, that would give an indication that we're going to go bearish off from the daily. So something like that. So we wait for a candle closure, hopefully then the Monday, tomorrow, or Tuesday. If we can get a decisive candle outside of this range, that would be really telling for the weekly direction. If it's a clean candle closure, healthy wicks, etc. So that's something I'll be looking out for on a daily. Of course, as a scalper, we know there's plenty of room to get loads of trades within. Yes, we've got lack of direction on the daily because we're consolidating, but however, look how big this range is, nearly 400 pips. So plenty of room for some nice scalps in there. So that what I'll do now, I'll take it down to the 4 hour. And already, just from the 4 hour, you can see a potential trade opportunity. We have still in this big range, of course. If we get a closure above, just based off the 4 hour, 2527 flat, pretty much. If you do get a candle to close above here, that will give the indication, like on the daily, that we're going to continue pushing bullish to reach them all-time new highs. Again, like I've mentioned previously on some of our previous weekly analysis, because we're at all-time new highs, there's no previous history to mark out references of targets. So when you don't have targets from previous supports or resistance or key levels, you have to use flat numbers, such as first goal, if we get a closure above there, you're first anticipating 530 flat. And then your next goal, you might be looking at 235 flat. And then you'll be looking at 240 flat, and so on and so on. There'll be the targets. On the flip side, you'll be waiting. We've now created this new support on the 4 hour, candle close below there, like so. Then you'll be expecting a push down, awful candle drawing, but that's the wick. Come on. Well, yeah, whatever. You know, a candle with the close below 2488830. We've got these clean candles now created down to 2472396. But again, on the 4 hour, that's a high time frame. But yeah, that'd be something I'm looking out for. On the hourly, again, we've got more opportunities. If we get let me measure out this range. It's 30 pip range, so that's not bad. So I'm going to skip down to the 30 and then the 15, just have a quick look. Okay, so on the 15 hourly and half an hour, they're all kind of like they match up quite often. So if I go onto the hourly, I'll be looking kind of like for buys above. So I'll wait for a new resistance to form first, because we have this crappy candle just closing above this most recent resistance. It does give indication going to go bullish, but it's tiny. barely any top wick. So I like to see a bearish candle first. So I'll just do it on the 15-minute to explain. Um, just quickly want to measure out this 25 bit. Okay, no, so not bad. For safer buys and safer sells, gonna drop some golden nuggets here, some hints, some um more advanced talk for the sells. So normally I'll draw up my recent support like so, and then aim for this wick fill. If you get a closure below 2493.533, you'd aim for this wick fill. 25 pips. It's pretty nice. It's a bit of a rejection area. So then I would want a nice clean closure outside of there. It's got to be a really nice setup to get that wick fill. And then you think, okay, we've got a nice clean range after that, so it'll be fine anyway. However, see this candle here, 6:15, Friday, September the 6th. It's got no bottom wick. Now, when I see this no bottom wick drive, I actually use these for take profit targets rather than resistance or support because so often, 9 times out of 10, when these get taken out, I then often see a rejection. So that will be a TP marker. So therefore, if we did get closure below here, we've got the wick fill, yeah. But if it's like, let me show you an example. Say, let's go on the white color. White. So say we got this kind of closure. Now, we've got a few more pips. Not even that. And the wick needs to be nicer than that anyway, like that. So you've got a few more pips. You've got the closure outside. You've got a few more pips for the wick fill. So you're thinking the wick fill's nearly finished. So I don't want to take that sell at the break of the previous wick. But then you're like, okay, there's clean candles anyway, so that's fine. But actually, when you take out this no bottom wick here, candle will open. Let me change that now to the bullish. So the candle open, break the previous wick. And as we come to this level here to take out that no bottom wick, which would be the break of the previous wick, you're thinking, oh, we've got clean candles right down to here. However, as soon as you take out that no bottom wick, often see a rejection. You might see something like that closing back in the range, which is a fake out because we've already taken out this no bottom wick here. So that's just something to a bit of drop in knowledge there for you. Anyway, going off on a bit of a tangent there. So what I was getting at, is that I wouldn't use that as a support. I would use this as a support now because of this mess. Anyway, then if we do get a closure below, we've got these wicks to fill, yes. But so again, this will be the safest place because below there, we've got, first of all, a really healthy 30 pip wick fill, and then we have got really nice clean candles, so down 100 pip clean candles. So looking out at for some point in the week, if we do get a closure below 2485, 279, that's a really key level. Looking at take profits, so the wick fill, then you're looking at more take profits to the end of this range pretty much. And below there, what have we got to the left-hand side? A couple of rejection wicks, but if we clear that with volume, again, this is what I'm talking about. I'd use this as my next TP because we've got a no bottom wick candle here. So I'd use that as a TP. So TP3, end of the week TP. I'll be looking at 2455, 543. So from our sell point, that's like 250 pips. So yeah, if we do have a bearish week, that's the key level. I want to be waiting for a closure below. All things granted, all the candlestick analysis looking clean, obviously. For buys, off the rip of the week, again, like I was talking about, I'd want to see, because we've already broken above this most recent resistance, right? So we've already got the clean candles, so you'd expect a bullish push, but we've got this closure above. It's a bit crappy with this no top wick, etc. I'd want to see a clean resistance formed, like so. Ideally, just straight away, that'd be great. So let me draw out the kind of body, just a nice resistance formed at this level here, whatever it looks like. So we've got the nice resistance formed, then a closure above 2498087 would be perfect because we have got these clean candles to the left hand side. TP1, I'll be looking to hit this previous support there around 2505601. That'll be TP1. TP2 will be 2516815, and then TP3 will be to the top of this range. And then you know what the top of this range is? That's the top of that daily consolidation resistance that we were talking about. So that'd be, even if we stay in consolidating in the daily, we've got lovely targets to scalp from already. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. And I had a look at the news. I don't think you can see it, but we've got Monday, Tuesday, no news for USD, so gold won't be affected there. Be perfect. And on Wednesday, I believe we have something like core CPI, core CPI, 1:30 p.m. UK time. And Thursday we have something unemployment claims and PPI again around 1:30 UK time PM during the New York sessions. So, and then Friday, no news. So not too bad news week. Um, so yeah, I'd love to see price range in here for a bit. In this range. How big is this range? Just quickly check it. I'd love to see price just range in here for a bit. It's 120 pips. If we can consolidate in there for a while, that'd be great. Wake up in the morning for London session, wait for a closure outside of here because we've got these lovely, lovely clean candles. And then to the downside, we've got lovely wick fill and clean candles. So ideally, we just range in here for our Asian session and we come to London, and then we can look for our move. Yeah, I think that's about all. I'll be looking to pass on Friday. I took a bad sell. Took a bad sell. Let me show you the bad sell. I was really annoyed at myself. I'll tell you why I took it and then what. I was about 50-50 on it, really. Let me find it. Where is it? Friday. Where are you? Where is it? It was a sell. It was a closure below. And it was just rejected. This here, there it is. Okay, so this is just some bonus information. Looking for a closure above this level here, and I was looking for a closure below this level here. I was so annoyed at myself. I took this trade here, the sell to retest these lows down here. We took the sell, but I didn't like it that much. When you just zoom out, the sell is barely a bottom wick, and I don't trade those rubbish wicks. I hate them for this reason exactly. It was a NFP day anyway, so that could have played a factor. But I took it because this previous wick did slightly break the previous high, so it's a nice liquidity grab, enticing sellers into the market. That was a favorable position, but the fact that we had no bottom wick, I'm pretty annoyed at myself for taking that trade. And for the rest of the day anyway, it's just there was no trade entries. It was rubbish. And then we had the news and there's no entries. So that was really the only trade of the day. I was a bit annoyed, but I took that on I've started a new 50K account. I was like 0.5% up and took that 2% loss. Stops were above this previous candle. Should have closed out kind of when it got near to entry again. I was looking for that. But yeah, I don't know why I held. I can't remember why I held. Um, I think this formation here was promising. Had the bearish drive down and then small bullish candles. Then we had this bearish closure again. But yeah, from that point it was rubbish anyway. So I'm like 1.5% down on that 50k account. I really want to get that passed. On the series that I'm doing, for Funding Frontier one, I'm like 1% away from passing phase one. So get that done this week. Hopefully get phase two sorted as well. And on one of my funded accounts, with that equity edge one, which I'm not too fussed about. I think I'm like one and a bit percent up. So try and get a payout. Targets for next week, get a payout, a few percent, maybe like 5% on the funded account, get phase one passed on the Funding Frontier 10k one, and then we'll go for. I'm just completely rambling at the end of this video as well. So if you're not here by now, I'll just telling you my targets. And it'd be nice to get a couple of percent up on the 50k account as well. It's about time we get some nice payouts, big payouts rather than small payouts. But yeah, that concludes the end of this video anyway, guys. Sorry for rambling on at the end. We'll see you next week on the next session. Don't forget to join the telegrams if you do want to learn to trade how I trade. Link is in the Instagram bio. See you on the next one. Do 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 do.